first time we've talked to you since fall camp, really. Just talk about this, just the tumult of this season and the ups and downs, and how you guys, the offensive line has had to respond to multiple lapses of adversity. So.
Yeah, I think this season in general for the unit in the room has just been that, all those cliche things you talk about, like next man up, got to be ready when your number's called. We've had a lot of those happen, and the guys responded that way, which has obviously been good. That's why we're talking to you here in LA. So.
Yeah, obviously. What catalyzed that bounce back against Tennessee?
I mean, the guys, they're prideful guys, so the last time on the field, the output was not what they wanted, what they pictured, all those things. So good 2 weeks of preparation, good understanding of how they wanted to play and what they wanted to do, and then they went and put it on the field.
Obviously, offensive line's been a heavily criticized unit, publicly, and you have come under a lot of criticism too. Do you take any of that personal? Maybe people out there calling for your job, those sorts of things?
My responsibility is the room, and so it started with the 18, 19, and going down to 16. My job to show up every day, give them everything I got, give them the game plan, give them the technique, give them the fundamentals, give them the corrections, and everything else is just noise. But inside the room, it's our world, it's us, it's my guys, and that's all you can focus on.
Awesome. The guard rotation last game, what did you see out of those three guys, and what prompted, I guess, Luke getting in the mix?
Well, he'd just been building up through the year, and so getting game ready, being ready to go in and go play. Same deal, great preparation. Game plan-wise, felt that fit all three of those guys to keep them fresh and try to, work on their big, heavy inside guys. It's some big D tackles, so it's, for us, good to rotate some guys through to match the physicality and the size there. So they all played really well. I mean, obviously did what they had to do to win the game, and just being involved in the game planning and being involved in the schematics, and then being able to go execute the technique. They all did a great job.
And Donovan, too, I haven't talked to you since his move outside to tackle. The way he stepped up first against Abdul Carter, he's shut down some. He's handled some elite edge rushers here in the second half of the season between Abdul Carter, Kamara in Indiana. He even had, it seemed like he held up well in the Michigan game, even against Josiah Stewart and those kinds of Tennessee's defensive line. Just how has he taken those steps to deal with elite speed off the edge?
Yeah, well, he's a football player, so as you game plan, as you go through and prep, what do you need to use that week to attack those guys as they're attacking you in protection? And then for him, it's the same deal with any kid. So he's played a lot of football, but it's a new position. So every week, every rep, the more that he gets it, the better he gets. And then obviously just his drive. He wants to be great. He wants to provide for protection on the edge for the quarterbacks and do those things. So I think just a little bit of he's getting more comfortable out there, and then addressing that game plan the same as he would a guard. All right, how's this guy attacking me? What techniques do we need to use? And schematically, what are we doing? And it's all, I think all of that's kind of building up for him to play really well on the edge.
Attacking offensive tackle was obviously a priority in the transfer portal. What did you see on film from Onianwa and from Daniels what will make them good fits at Ohio State?
Yeah, just back to like you've heard me a million times, like the base spin, balance, and burst. Right, they've had good tape. They're mature veteran guys. They're going to get an opportunity to come in and compete and go try to go win those jobs, and keeping the edge firm, because we did that with Jimmy a few years ago, with Josh, we call him Jimmy, with Simmons, and but just looking at, can they physically do it, can they mentally do it, are they a good fit for the room, and are they a good fit to supplement what we're trying to do up front, and we felt like those guys could do that.
What do you see from Jordan Birch on tape, and what challenge will he present? Obviously, he was out the first time you guys played Oregon.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great matchup. I mean, they're physical up front, they're big, schematically they do some really good things. So we try to keep it just back like nameless, faceless opponents. Yeah. What is that guy doing? How are they attacking you? What technique and fundamentals can you use? But yes, I mean, him and their entire front, I mean, they're a really good front, they're a really good front seven that we see down, every down and distance. And so we got to make sure that we continue to prep and get ready for the, when the foot hits the ball.
And last one for me, just Seth McLaughlin, seeing him stick around
Coach Seth.
Coach Seth, there you go, and be a leader in the room. What has he shown you since the injury in terms of being a leader and staying?
Yeah, it's showing his true character. I mean, not really showing us, but everybody else around, he is who he is. And so to have him in the room and chime in, there may be something as a coaching point that you talk about, and and he can lean over to Carson and those guys after and say, hey, I look at this too. Look at his lean, look at whatever that little thing inside maybe. And then just on the flip of when, do a good job because it's their room. It's not my room. They're not doing it to appease me. I'm doing it to make sure that they're maximizing themselves. We've always taken that approach. And so for a point to be made or something to start the week, and then you finish it with the guys saying, any veterans have anything else, for Donnie to say something, and Josh to say something, and then Seth's still sitting right there because he's done it. It's really good for those guys to hear and feel that urgency from him, even though right now he's, scooting around.
I'm sorry, I know I said last one, but another just popped into my head here. You guys, it was a lot of gap schemes against Tennessee. Was that more game plan specific for matchups with Tennessee, or is there something there in terms of maybe fitting what's there up front?
No, I mean, as you game plan every week, you go in and look, and I mean, you've got zone schemes, you've got gap schemes, you've got outside zone schemes, you've got pin and pull schemes. Each week, we're going to be able to game plan what we feel like can attack the defense the best. So that's kind of how we look through it. So to say it was more of this or less of this, I mean, if it's a good play and it's working, then yeah, you're probably going to call it a few more times, right? If you're hunting and pecking, then you have everything. But for us, you got to attack 53 and a third. You got to be able to have your outside zones, your inside zones, your gap schemes, your whatever variations you may sneak in for a game plan. But they were working, so I think that's why we just kept rolling with it.